yourself together before it's too late.
Well, Brian, we've been doing this show for a while now, Divided We Stand. And of course, we make no bones about it. This show is about, it's two things. It's pro liberal, which of course translates into pro Democrat, and it's anti Trump, anti conservative, anti MAGA, anti all of that. But see, people make these statements, and ladies and gentlemen, you can never use all and you can never use none or nobody. There's no such thing. But so many Republicans defend Trump on everything he does, or defend whomever on everything he does. And I like to think that the liberal Democrats' left side takes the higher road when they can. And if you notice today, one of the two senators in your state and my former state, Bob Melendez, was found guilty of being bribed, working with the Egyptian government. And that should come as no surprise. I don't think you, and I don't think I, and I don't think any of our listeners have ever, it's ever been discovered that we had gold bars in our refrigerator.
Right.
So immediately upon that, it's not the first time he's been charged with stuff. He's been sleazy
Cash
and
just
shoddy
jammed in
his
his
entire
jacket.
career. And so justice was true today. And I say that as a liberal leftist. Now, unlike so many Republicans, his co-senator, Cory Booker, said very simply, do the right thing and resign. And that is the right thing. If Bob Menendez wants any kind of he can't even redeem himself, because he destroyed the public trust.
Well, I have a lot of worries that he's going to, first of all, he's going to appeal, which already he's defended his innocence, or at least the fact he says he's innocent, which he's not. I'm afraid he's going to be like a Van Drew. He's going to try to work his way out of this thing.
Well, here's where it would get interesting. Chuck Schumer tonight, right before we started taping this, came out and said Mr. Melendez should resign. So
right.
So the party's united about him resigning. Now, there are other things they could do. They can throw him out. They can impeach him. I mean, they could do a lot of things. And wouldn't that be interesting if the Democrats move to throw him out and the Republicans decide not to join that to keep the crook in?
Because you remember, I had this audio I might have played a couple of years ago. I don't know, but stuttering John Menendez, no relation.
Right.
Pretended he was Bob Menendez when Trump was on a plane. He was able to actually make a phone call to him.
Right.
And he went through this whole thing. And then Trump was, very sincerely apologetic toward Menendez, saying, geez, I'm really sorry that you didn't deserve to go through this. This is one of his first trials. So Trump, it seemed like, felt like he was hand in hand with Menendez, because they both seem like mobsters. And this really starts to worry me. I don't know what Menendez doesn't want to go to jail. I mean, he wants to get out.
So I've never had occasion to speak to Senator, hopefully soon ex-Senator Menendez. But if I did, and if you should stumble over this, do the right thing. There's only one right thing you can do now: resign. I don't care even if you're innocent. Do it. It might even be more important to do it if you are innocent. I don't believe that you are, and the court of the United States does not believe you are. But come on, for maybe as your last act, do the right thing.
Do something right.
Do something right.
He won't, because this is what these people do.
I know. But I think that the thing that bothers me maybe most about that is I like my people, and Menendez is in my party. I like them to be on the high road, because that the Republicans attack, and he not only betrayed his family, although his wife was involved in it. He betrayed his state. He betrayed his country.
And this is after he was lucky enough to be acquitted on previous situations.
for whatever reason, and I wouldn't believe he told me, he put gold, literally gold, not figuratively gold, literally gold, because he was given gold bars, ahead of his conscience, his heart, and his soul. That's it. What else
Yeah.
do you say?
And yeah, look, we were going to have a bad Democrat. We've had them before, Ozzie Myers, and people have done some pretty shitty things. But this guy, what bothers me is he knew better. He knew better because he was probably guilty before, but he somehow worked his way out of it. But this one he didn't, and now he's going to appeal. So, as you said, he should do the right thing. But Dave, I can't see him doing that. I think
No, and
once
I no,
a liar
and
is cheat, and he may do the worst thing.
and you know what else? You know what else is really bad? You know, his son is in politics, and whether his son is involved in any shady dealings or not, I'm not implying that. It's like whatever Hunter Biden did not necessarily mean that Joe Biden did it too. There's not that kind of relationship, father son. But he really muddied the waters for that name as
All
a
right.
politician. And I think you are right. I don't think he will do the right thing, uh, and it could
Do
get.
you think there's any possibility that he would get so angry and switch parties?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now the question becomes, and the regular listeners to our show know that Brian and I once lived in the same neighborhood, um, and so everything was the same. We had the same uh, township committee, we had the same county leaders, we had the same state leaders. And one of who was our congressman was a Democrat and switched to being a Republican. So there's certainly it's been done, and it hasn't been years from now. Politicians, for the most part, um, if they're bad, and when I say bad, it's one thing to be a bad, but I'm saying bad person. They'll
Mm-hmm.
do anything. Like Lauren Boebert, within the law, she really saw that in her district, she was probably not going to be reelected. And so in Colorado, they have an open. I don't really understand how they do that, but you can go anywhere and declare yourself as a candidate in Colorado, no matter where you live. And she did it. Now it looks like she'll be back. I mean, so anytime she ever said, "I care about my constituents," no, she didn't. She cares about herself. Um, and Bob Melendez has established that he doesn't care about anybody but himself. So would he do
And his
that?
wife is not a winner either. Well, she's a
No,
winner in a bad sense, sarcastically.
no.
She just happens
But
to
but
have cancer, so they're giving her some time to.
well, and of course the thing is, this again is we don't know how many millions of times have I said this on the show. You got to talk about politics before Trump and politics after Trump. But it's not that easy normally. The higher up you are, the harder it is to kind of change parties. So it's harder for a senator to do that. Um, but politics senators, part of the reason that there were Democrats in the state of New Jersey who did not want Menendez to retire. Do you know why? The reason was if he had stepped aside, the governor of New Jersey would have appointed the successor. And that would have given that successor an up on running for the seat, right? Because an incumbent. So, it's not always, politics is a dirty business. But Menendez, in his final act, and like you, I don't believe he'll rise to it, could do something to clean it up. And the way he could do is to say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I'm gone. And then
Right.
just disappear.
That's it. And might get some sympathy from the judge. So, all right. So we'll leave it at that, Dave. It's a new type of format where we make the shorter videos for now. We'll see what happens with it. Um, and those of you who are watching it now, this happened on Tuesday night. So you'll probably see this on Wednesday. But we'll have a
Or
lot more
some
of these.
or sometime.
Or sometime.
And just remember, even though this is a short version, it's still the same. If you disagree with anything that was said on this show, it's Brian's fault. Uh, if you are smart and you see that sometimes Brian and I, we really do. We don't have one brain. If we did, it would be mostly my brain. But we agree on so much. But every so often we disagree. And if you ever run across that, if you want to be on the right side, the virtuous side, the winning side, always be on my side.
And I agree with you because I think folks, if you do agree with Dave, make sure that you contact him. You can call him any time in the middle of the night if you want. So, and he'll be
Absolutely,
glad to
absolutely.
talk with you. So don't even
Now,
let that bother you.
obviously, if we get new viewers, we're kind of joking here, but what Brian just said is true. We don't do this. He didn't do his normal in this, and he always does it, which is true. We don't monetize. We don't do this. We don't do that. What we really do this show for is there's two reasons, I think, but one is far more important than the other. One is to have a place where people can hopefully come who feel like we do, that America is in trouble and that trouble is coming from the right, and it's personified by Donald Trump, but not Donald Trump alone. And like people can come, and it's scary. Anybody who says they're not afraid, and the other side feels that too. I mean, they're afraid for
Right.
for what they view as the country. These are terrifying times. So that's part of it. And then the second thing is, we would be doing this anyway, and both our wives, at least we can tell our wives that, well, we're just not talking on the phone. We're doing something else
Right.
because this is what we would do. So everybody, I hope, if you like this, Brian will, there's certainly ways. It just means basically join our show and join our family.
Right. Please do that. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're not monetized. So if you're new at this and you've seen our faces for the first time, please head on over to Facebook if you have a Facebook account and become a member. Again, we are not a monetized group. It's a good thing because if you're on Facebook, you don't like posting things on your personal page because you can go at it with your old friends. This is the place to do it. And then, of course, on YouTube, if you have a YouTube account, please consider subscribing. So if we do have a show, we have a lot of live programs, we have recorded programs, as you can see right now. Hit the notification bell, and when something comes up, you'll know that it's there. And again, we don't want any money from you. So Dave, thanks a lot, and we'll see you maybe during the week, or we'll see you on Sunday night, right?
Who knows? We'll
All right.
we'll show up at some time.
Right. All right. Or we'll show
Bye.
up tomorrow if something comes up. All right. See you, Dave.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.